All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. All right, so new emerging crypto narratives that I'm looking at that are getting very popular. And I think you need to pay attention because as we get into the bull market, there's going to be new crypto narratives that pop up. And you need to make sure that you're taking advantage. It honestly just depends on your strategy. If you have conviction in a coin and you just want to deal with that coin for the crypto bull market, that's fine. But a lot of the money is made on new narratives that pop up, and you need to be ready to, look for the top coins in those narratives. Now, I'm not saying you need to jump around and try to, get on the hottest coin that is out there, but you need to make sure that you know what the hottest narrative. So the first hottest narrative that I believe is emerging is AI agents. That is a narrative that's kind of falling in line with the AI narrative, and essentially it's a live bot on your computer that just performs tasks for you essentially. And what we'll do, let me share my screen so I can get a better definition of this. All right, so we're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up on Venice AI so we could get a better description of this. And for those of you who don't know, Venice AI is like a chat GPT, but basically it censors your data so that way it's not released to the public, or they don't keep like the metadata from the questions you ask in their database. So chat GPT keeps all that data. All right, so let's ask. It says, what's the new crypto narrative called narrative AI agents? And let's say, and why is it important? All right, let's hit generate. All right. Says the new crypto narrative AI agents refers to the use of artificial intelligence to create autonomous decentralized agents that can perform various tasks on behalf of users in the cryptocurrency space. According to the recent articles, AI agents being hailed as a key driver of the AI crypto narrative, with projects like what is it? Fetch? Yeah, Fetch AI. I think they're referring to Fetch AI, allowing users to create intelligent autonomous agents that can automate tasks. So yeah, so basically, uh, like a robot, essentially your own robot that mimics kind of what you do on the internet. So I know somebody was talking about having an AI agent for your Twitter account, so it could just, it knows your personality and it could tweet for you, right? Depending on what it sees on Twitter, it'll tweet, it'll respond to comments, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how big this is going to get, but I know this is an emerging narrative in the crypto space, and it kind of just goes hand in hand with AI. But there's specific projects that are going to tackle this. Now, you can either go for the specific projects that are going to tackle this, or you could go for projects that are going to power it, right? So you could either do like the picks and shovels plays, or you could go to a specific project that is, actually rolling out AI agents. So for me, I rather do the picks and shovels plays because, those are typically the most lucrative, right? Whatever that's going to be needed to power these AI agents is what's going to be most, in my opinion, most lucrative. And for me, that's going to be crypto projects that focus on giving you decentralized GPU power. So things like Render, things like Akash, Flux. So those type of projects are going to be necessary for these agents, right? You want to keep it. The whole point of it is to be decentralized, right? These AI agents, they act on their own. They're not controlled by anybody. They just have a mind of their own. So what you're going to need for that is you're going to need decentralized GPU power. So I honestly think to play this new narrative, you'll be fine with coins that provide decentralized GPU power, right? But let's ask the bot right now, and this is a perfect example. Not saying that you need to use like these AI bots to give you your investing advice, but it's good to ask them, right? So let's ask, what are the top projects in the AI agent space? Let's see what it says. Based on search results, the top projects in the AI agent space include Omni for business intelligence, Lindy for daily task assistance, Agent Scale for scheduling and email writing, BotPress for sales and marketing. I wonder if these are crypto projects. So let's see. Let me be specific. Are these crypto coins or other projects? Give me crypto coins that are focused on AI agents. Okay. Based on the search results, the top crypto coins focused on AI agents are the following. So Fetch AI, YPredict, and AI Doge. All right. So let's go over. I know Fetch. Right, Fetch is kind of popular out there. Fetch AI. Right here. Let's see. Where's the liquidity? Liquidity. Fetch AI. Let's just use Radium. So I don't know if this is it. I don't know if they're talking about Fat AI. Fat. I think they're talking about ASI. Because I think, yeah. So Fetch AI, Singularity Net, and Ocean Protocol have rolled into one. So essentially, ASI is what they're referring to. They didn't, the chatbot didn't know, but so Fetch AI and Singularity Net and then Ocean Protocol, they basically got combined together, and now it's called ASI. But this is the coin they're talking about. So it's 4.4 billion, and it's one of the top projects. I've heard about this one a lot. So let's look at the other one they're talking about. YPredict. I haven't heard of YPredict, but let's take a look at the chart. YPredict. Yeah. This one doesn't look too good. Like, these charts don't look too good. All right. Let's see the second one. AI Doge. AI Doge. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, it looks like it's this one. This chart actually looks a little bit better. Actually, yeah, this chart actually looks a lot better. All right. And then let's see what they say about AI Doge. Another AI crypto coin, but the search results do not provide detailed information on its AI agent focus. These coins are mentioned in search roll for Techopedia, which is dated August 2023. All right. But let's see what exchanges this one's on. So this one's on BitGet. This one's on OKX. So this one looks like it has the most volume. But again, this is kind of what I use to see, like, okay, this is the hot new narrative. What coins are going to be popular in this hot new narrative, right? Or what coins are popular? Now, this is not the end all be all, but this will give you, like, your starting point. A lot of you are like, well, where to start? Well, you don't need to, figure that out anymore. You can go to one of these chat bots, and I do recommend trying out Venice AI just because of the privacy factor, and ask it a question. Say, what are the hottest the hottest coin in this narrative? So for AI agents, definitely it says Fetch AI, but it's really ASI. Check that one out because I've heard good things about that one, and they consolidated into one coin, but there were 3 projects before. And I think, if the AI agent narrative takes off, like I believe it's going to take off because AI is just going to take off, ASI should do really well. But again, not financial advice. You need to do your own research. All right, so the next hottest narrative is DeSci. All right, so let's ask the chat, what is DeSci? What is DeSci in crypto? And I believe it's decentralized science in crypto. All right. Based on the most recent and relevant search results, DeSci in crypto refers to the use of blockchain technology and its features such as tokens, non-fungible tokens, and decentralized autonomous organizations to promote a more open, incentivized, and community-driven scientific research and collaboration. According to the search result from KuCoin, Learn, blah, 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 initiatives aim to drive innovation in various research. So yeah, that's what I heard too. So DeSci is basically like decentralized research to make sure you have the best data. And the reason why this is important because of chatbots like this, like ChatGPT, Venice AI, Llama, all these chatbots. You know, when you ask it a question, you're like, you know, it's spitting out information, but you want to know if that information is correct. And I think that's where DeSci is coming in. A lot of these AI agents, you know, these chatbots, protocols in DeSci are trying to fix the data behind it, and it's really good for like the supply chain. So let's ask the bot, what are the top projects in this space? Top projects in DeSci right now. All right, let's see what it says. All right, so based on the most recent and relevant search results, the top project in DeSci right now are VitaDAO, LabDAO, Helios Protosys. Again, I haven't heard of any of these, but I know a DeSci project that I think is going to do really well. So I won't look up any of these. But again, it gives you a total of 9 that you could say, okay, before I didn't know any of these, let me now do the research on these 9, right? Because before you had a list of, you know, 1,000 coins or however many are on Coinbase, but now you can go down to this list and then you could do your research. Now from this list, what I would do, like let's say if I was new into the space, I would just say, and this darn mic keeps falling, I would just say, you know, start with the Discord. First go to the website, right? You want to go to the website of the coin, and then you want to see if it's a good website. Is it well put together? And then from there, what socials are tagged to the coin? So if you say, okay, I looked up the website, now they say they have a YouTube, they have a Discord, they have a GitHub. Let me start going to those places and starting to see if there's any work being done on GitHub. Is the community very active on Discord? Do they have good conversations? You could tell a lot by the Discord channel. That's actually one of the first things that helped my crypto research is looking inside the Discord channels, right? Like you could tell a lot by Discord channel. Like when somebody asks a question in the Discord channel, are the moderators, are the people that are part of the protocol answering the question in a reasonable time frame, or are they taking 2 to 3 hours to answer a question, right? And how do they answer the question? These are all like things you need to look into. This is how I pick really good projects, right? Because it all comes down to the team. And if there's not a good team behind it, and you have people like, oh, I haven't got a response for months, you know, or you see their roadmap and people are complaining that things are not getting done on the roadmap. There's not a lot of, you know, activity on their socials. That's a big red flag, right? Because on all the projects that I've invested in, their Discord is handled appropriately. They're constantly posting on updates. They're making you know, strides to finish their roadmap and things like that. So I would definitely, you know, after you get the list, check their socials. That's the second thing you do. All right, but when it comes to a project that I'm actually looking at For DeSci, it's called Origin Track. It's 177 on Coinbase. And the thing about Origin Track for me, not only is it in DeSci, but it's also in the AI space, right? And they deal with supply chain as far as like they have partnerships with Walmart, I think Target too, and then somebody else. But let's go to their website. But also when it comes to this recent downturn, this is something to pay attention to. This is actually a gem too that people don't talk about. Let's say you have a list, and it's hard to see this if you don't have the coin in your watch list. But like for instance, let's go back to Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin has been up, but the market itself has been tanking, right? Like it's been red. But the cool thing about Origin Track, in my opinion, is that it's been holding up really well, and those are kind of the projects you want to like watch when like the market tanks. It's been literally from 110 to 111 while everything has been crashing. So it's been holding really well. Now, again, this is not financial advice. You definitely have to do your own research. But, I think the market cap is really good. It's at 458. The fully diluted value also is at 551. So for me, this one's going to be a good play. Now, again, I'm currently not invested in it, but it's one to where, like, let's say if the positions I'm in do really well and this hasn't taken off yet, it might be a position that I look to get into to roll over my gains in, to make some money in the bull market. But again, that's my plan. It's not for certain yet, but this is what I'm looking at. It's on my watch list, right? You got to do your own research. All right, but let's look at the website. So this is the first thing, right? So you suggested scientific papers. Origin enhances research, accessibility, collaboration, efficiency, and DeSci. You see the partners here. They have Google, Walmart. I thought they had a partnership with Target too. It says NVIDIA. But the big one is Walmart, Oracle, and I think it's on the Polkadot chain, or like I think it's used as like one of the pair chains on Polkadot. So I think it's like a Polkadot base chain or something like that. But look, verifiable internet for artificial intelligence, the convergence of crypto, internet, and AI. Verifiable internet for artificial intelligence. Like I was telling you earlier, this is very important because the DeSci narrative hasn't picked up, but I think it's going to be very important to verify data that goes into these chat box, because I know I ask questions to Chat GPT and sometimes it's wrong, right? It's like dead wrong. I'll ask it a certain question and I know the answer to it's wrong. Sometimes I'll just go just to ask it on purpose and just to see what data it gives me. So this is going to be very important, right? Another thing that I do to, verify if a project is good, I go onto crypto Twitter, X, right? And, I see a lot of good things about this project and things like that. So that's another way for you to say, okay, it's talked about on Twitter, so it's going to get that retail effect once the crypto bull market starts. And then two, it's solving a good problem. That is what you want in a crypto bull market. But it can't just solve a problem that nobody cares about, right? It could be, say, if it's solving a problem but nobody really cares about it, there's no point of investing in it. You need to be in the hottest narrative. And the hottest narrative right now is AI, right? And actually, let's ask the bot how like what are the hottest narratives in AI right now? What hottest narratives in crypto? I said AI. What are the hottest narratives in crypto for let's just say for the 2025 bull run. So that way we're not just blowing hot air in the sky. Look at that. Based on most timely and relevant search results, the hottest narratives in crypto for the 2025 bull run include AI, as mentioned in search result for Sun Crypto, right? We looked this live. This is live. This is not, so AI is going to be the hottest narrative going into this 2025 bull run, right? And then we also see what? DePIN as well. I've been mentioning this on my lives a lot. DePIN is going to be one of those narratives that take off. But again, like I said, that DeSci narrative, it's not really, it doesn't really play into the AI narrative, but Origin Trail, the fact that it's verifying the research, the data that's going into these bots, I think it's going to be very, it's going to be a lucrative space because of that mix, right? I think DeSci itself, I mean, Vitalik Buterin was talking about it. The CEO of, well, he's not the CEO of Binance now, but what's his name? He just got out of jail. I forget his name, but the previous CEO of Binance, he was talking about DeSci. So the fact that I think this Origin Trail has like both of them combined, they're going to do really well, in my opinion. Guys, if you're watching the live stream, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Helps out the channel. All right, but yeah, so like I said, we looked this up. So let's look at the second one. The second one says vertical scaling narrative. According to the research, I haven't heard about that one. Focused on layer 2s, has been steadily growing. Okay, the third one, real world assets narrative, as discussed in the search result. This one actually, this one is increasing too. One of the projects that have been taken off, or people have been talking about a lot for real world assets, is Ondo. And this one's actually, it's on the first page of CoinMarketCap. And I think if the real world assets take off, this is going to do well. Now, what I see though, and it would kind of, and I talked about this, if you look at the live stream I did last night, I talked about what was frustrating me with crypto YouTubers on YouTube. If you go on these crypto YouTuber channels, they say, okay, well, they're promoting these coins that are like 100 million, 25 million. And because of their following, they're able to pump the coin up as much as possible, right? So they're looking at like something like Ondo, and they're like, oh, it's 2.59 billion. This is too much. It's too much because they can't pump it up on their channel, right? Once it gets to 2 billion, 3 billion, now you actually have to have fundamentals. Now you need to actually know if the project is providing value to the world, right? But when you have a coin that's 10 million, 30 million, 100, maybe even up to 100 million, it's easy to pump. They have their positions in the coin and they're able to pump it up. So be careful with these crypto YouTubers that are shilling these meme coins that are like 10, 20 million. And they're like, yeah, I easy get a 5x. Well, yeah, you have a huge following, and you're talking about these coins with really low market caps. And then when a coin gets to 2, I've seen this too. This is crazy. And I hate to go off topic here, but let's just look at Render really quick. And guys, again, if you're watching the live stream, please hit the like button and subscribe. Okay, so one of the crypto YouTubers, is this. They said that the max that Render would go is like $20. Now it is a possibility that Render will only hit $20, right? But again, if AI is the biggest narrative in the space and Render's one of the top GPU performing coins, that we're basically saying it'll only reach 15 billion. When you have things like Dogecoin that are reaching like 80 to 100 billion, right? I mean, if we look at Dogecoin, now granted, yeah, Elon is pumping it up with the new Doge, whatever that crap is, the efficiency, but it's 58 billion, right? So we're basically saying the hottest coin, Render, which I don't really like Render that much because it's closed source, but I can't negate the fact that it's one of the hottest GPU coins out there. It was the first one to pump, right? When Render was like at 40 cents or 20 cents, everybody was, no, I wouldn't say everybody was talking, but it was the new hot thing, right? It was like a Pepe or something like that. So again, it just goes to show you that these crypto YouTubers, they're talking about, oh, coins are not going to pump. These coins will only pump to, or when they pump to like 1 billion or 2 billion, they're already done, right? I don't know. They're like, I don't know if there has any more room left to pump, which is crazy. So just be careful with that. All right. So DPIN is going to be, after real world assets, I think DPIN is going to be one of those that do well. One that is also in the GPU space. They only push it after they are in early and they need you for exit. Like, they really don't care. Yeah, that is true. FDD, that is true. They don't push it. And I saw a crypto YouTuber, doing that yesterday, which was really annoying. And I don't know why these people were texting me. The reason why that it pisses me off is because you have people in the chat that say, great analysis, right? They're on the YouTube channel saying great analysis. So, those people are going to probably end up losing money because they think, or maybe they don't lose money, but they lose the potential, the upside potential, right? Because if your favorite crypto YouTuber is telling you, oh, it's not going to go up that high, and again, I don't expect you to be too bullish either. I think being overly bearish is terrible, but then being overly bullish is terrible too. I think you need to be like right there in the middle, right? Where you take profits, but you be realistic, right? Because if Dogecoin can go to 58 billion, I would at least expect, some of these AI narratives to go to 20 or 30 billion, right? Especially if it's the top one. But yeah, I agree with you. They push it. They only need exit liquidity, right? And again, a lot of these they're not even on Coinbase or Binance. They're on Uniswap. So that's another test too. If you look at Uniswap's liquidity for that specific coin, some of these coins are, only 3 million, 4 million, 10 million in liquidity. So these people are like, oh, I made 2-3 million. They can't cash out. There's not enough liquidity to cash out. So be careful with a lot of people that are showing you screenshots too, because you're going to see that a lot going into this bull run. You're going to see a lot of people post screenshots and say, oh, I made 2 million, 3 million. And then you look up the coin, it's not even listed on Binance or Coinbase or one of the top exchanges. And now, you're believing these people made millions, but they can't even liquidate their position. So yeah. All right, I just went on a soapbox there because I get annoyed with some of this stuff. All right, so another DPIN one is Akash. I think Akash is going to do really well. I think Akash, again, it's a DPIN play. I'm not going to say whether I am or I'm not in this play. Could be not. But I think this chart is setting up pretty good. I keep up with this team. I keep up with the GitHub. I think this team is really good. And again, it's right around that $1 billion mark. It's not a coin that's at 10 billion. 10 million. That it's actually a coin that provides value, right? And I think Render does too. The only thing that Render and Akash are kind of similar, but the only thing that Render is closed source, right? And you got to think about it like we're going into an environment where, people want things to be open source so they could validate the code. But again, I think Render will still do good this bull cycle, right? It really doesn't matter that it's closed source in a bull cycle. You got to understand that, right? And again, you use the meme coins, right? I don't like to invest in meme coins, but use the meme coins as an example. Provides no value, but since it's popular, it's going to go up. So you got to take the same approach with AI. And I think a lot of AI stuff provides value. All right, so what else? Institutional wave is mentioned. You know what I'm surprised that they don't mention on here? They don't mention base, the base narrative. There's going to be a lot of coins on base that go up in value. I was watching Brian Jung, the crypto YouTuber, yesterday. He was talking about the ski mask dog or something like that. If you guys watched his video last night, that's what he talked about. And that's another one too. It's really low market cap, so that one's easy to pump. I think he has like 2 million, but I think his analysis is pretty good. So there may be some of that where it's like, there is pumping due to it being a low liquidity, but I think he provides good analysis on some of his stuff. But again, really low market cap, easy to pump up. So you got to be careful with those. I'm not saying that they won't be good plays, but again, a lot of the times when crypto YouTubers talk about coins, they're really low market cap. Alex Becker, he actually does a mix of those. He gives you like the mid cap coins that, like the Render, Akash, the iOS AI. So those are like in the 1 billion. So he'll give a perspective from both. And then also he says, I'm invested in these low market cap coins. I'm a king opinion leader, KOL, on these coins. And I'm I'm invested. Basically, I'm shilling this because I'm going to sell these coins. So he tells you in this video. I respect the crypto YouTubers that tell you, okay, I'm going to sell this. So even though they're still pumping it up, they're still going to make money off of it. At least they let you know, like, hey, I have a position in this. I'm going to sell the coin, right? All right. So those are the narratives that are emerging. So the first one that I said was the AI agents, but this one just plays into that AI narrative. But if you go specifically into a specific project, you can narrow down. But like I said, the way to pay, in my opinion, the way to play the AI narrative, the emerging narrative, is to get the picks and shovels plays, the decentralized GPU coins that provide decentralized GPU power are going to be needed for these AI agents, right? So I would play those opposed to trying to get a specific coin that does like AI agent stuff. I mean, you could dabble, but I wouldn't put all my money in an AI agent play unless it was like, I wouldn't put all my money in ASI, or Fetch. It's called ASI now, but it's like the combination of Fetch, Singularity Net, and then Ocean Protocol. Again, be cautious. Don't put all your money in these plays. Try to spread it out. I would say at least between 2 or 3. So that way you're not vulnerable to any type of rug pull, right? 2, DeSci. We talked about DeSci, one of the hot projects that I think is going to do well. Not financial advice. Origin Trail. And I think Origin Trail sits at like 400 or 500 million. So, and this one's on Coinbase, right? So this one's on Coinbase. It's not like you got to go to Uniswap to get it. And I've always been skeptical of. I've used plenty of decentralized apps, right? I use plenty of decentralized apps, but the thing is, when a bull market gets going, when you use those decentralized apps like a Uniswap, a SushiSwap, or Aerodrome, a lot of these platforms have hiccups, and you run the risk of getting rug pulled. I said it in plenty of my live streams. I didn't get rug pulled because the project didn't go to zero. But if you guys are familiar with the Stacks, the layer 2 protocol, they had a DeFi protocol similar to Aerodrome. It was called Alex. I put $10,000 in the protocol. And literally, it was like 2 weeks later, and, somebody hacked the protocol. So what they did was they locked the whole platform. You couldn't even take your money out. I couldn't take my money out for at least a month or two. And by the time I was able to take my money out, my 10K went to like 4,500. So I just took my money out. I took the 4,500. I just took the loss, right? So you got to be very careful with these decentralized platforms, especially during a bull run, right? There's going to be a lot of rug pulls. Now with Aerodrome, I don't think that would be the case because again, Coinbase backs it, but anything's possible. We saw what happened with FTX. We saw what happened with Celsius. We saw what happened with Voyager. And yes, those were like centralized platforms, but it could still happen to any one of you. So you got to be careful what I would say if it's $1 billion market cap or lower, you got to be careful with these projects, right? Especially as we get closer to the end of this bull market. It's December 14th. Like I said, I see the top of this bull market in April to May, right? So you got to be thinking like a month or two before that, start taking profit and start thinking about your exit strategy. You should start thinking about your exit strategy now. You should not be thinking about your exit strategy going into the new year. You should take some time to say, okay, this is my exit strategy. I need to get out at this price. And if I'm going to roll my money into another coin, this is the top of this coin that I'm going to get at. This is the top price at this for this coin that I'm going to get out at. So you need to focus on that exit strategy. It's very important, right? And again, I'm not saying that the market won't have a bounce back, because if we go to, let's just look at BTC real quick so we can just get an overall picture of this. Again, guys, if you're watching the live stream, please hit the like button, subscribe, helps out the channel. If you look at the last bull market, we had the top in April, right? Then we crashed, and then we bounced back up towards the end of 2025, right? But so let's just say, I'm just going to give you an example, right? Let's just say at the top you made like 100K. Let's just say you made 100K. I would suggest, taking 60 to 70,000 off the table, right? And then maybe let the market crash out for a little bit, and then you go in with that 30,000. But at least you took, that 60K off the table. Now you're just playing with house money, because I'm not going to lie. Once the bull market starts, it's hard not to dabble in some of this activity that's going on. So the best way to do it is to take 60 to 70% profit off the table and then play around with 30K. If you want to go into an upcoming meme coin or an upcoming whatever that you think is going to do well, I think that's okay, right? But as long as you take money off the table, because what I believe is going to happen is the end of 2025, we're going to see some type of black swan event. I'm not saying it's going to be some type of pandemic or whatever, but I feel like there's going to be some type of black swan event. It always happens towards the end of a crypto bull cycle. The year after the halving, we always see the end of the crypto bull cycle. Now, people are saying, oh, well, we have institutional investors this time around. It's going to be different. It could be different for BTC, but a lot of these altcoins are going to crash. So I would say around that March time to April, start thinking about taking profit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I went for 40 minutes today. But yeah, those are the emerging crypto narratives. Again, AI agents, DeSci, and real world assets. Now, all the other narratives that we've been talking about for, the last year, AI in general, the hot layer ones like an Avalanche, and then Base, those are going to do well, but remember, they're upcoming narratives. But again, if you have conviction in your plays, don't just go ahead and sell for the hottest narrative, right? If you really did your research, your plays should do well. But again, maybe it's one of those plays, once you take a chunk of profit off the table, you allocate some money to those new narratives, and you make some money on those. But that's pretty much it. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.